reading for you about somebody who has kind of like doubled down in an argument with you and tried to make it seem like you were the problem, but now it's getting a little bit more challenging for them to place the blame at your feet. And they're starting to realize, probably because some time has passed and they're missing you more and thinking about what was said and what happened. You didn't react the way they expected to. So now we have somebody who is basically realizing, I think I kind of played myself. I think I may have exaggerated the situation or tried to find fault with others when I probably could have handled it differently myself. So there's accountability, but it happens after some kind of overly combative argument. So we could have somebody who's deciding they need to apologize to you. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Ooh, or a lot. Okay. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find it in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. You can get extra shorts and videos if you're a member, in addition to a members only live stream. And then we also have the Etsy shop linked in the description box for you if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. And I think we're going to start with, the Cook's Tarot. All right, what else do we have? A Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. So I've been trying to busy myself with adventures. Maybe I've been traveling. I feel like there is some summer activity here. Something that they felt would get their mind off the situation with you, but no matter how they tried to busy themselves or distract themselves from what happened with you, they keep thinking back and it's like kind of eating at them, or it's difficult for them to see it the same way they did initially. And with that Two of Cups in the reverse, let's just keep in mind that the Two of Cups can be a reference to a soulmate who's platonic just as easily as it can refer to a romantic connection. But this is someone who feels distant, emotionally distant from you, and they're frustrated because they're starting to realize that they didn't approach you the right way. But they tried to make it seem like it was your fault. Queen of Cups and the Moon. So now that they've had some time to think about things, now that they've been, maybe even a little bit solitary or struggling to enjoy the social engagements, they're realizing that you were trying to show them respect or that you were trying to be a good friend, and they made it seem like it was worse than it actually was. We're going to go with the Tarot of Japanese Poetry. I'm good on that. Thank you, though, Zawa. I'm going to give you a 5-minute timeout there, Tula. If you want to be respectful, you are welcome to come back. We can be friends, but if that's how you greet people, no thank you. Hello, Chunky Billsbury. How are you doing? Hello, Jai. I'm in the U.S. Zawa, if you ask again, I'm going to put you in a timeout, okay? That's not what we're here for. Hello, Earth Angel. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We have the Two of Winter or the Two of Swords. Queen of Autumn, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And Judgment. So sometimes when you have an argument, you have this knowledge that the way you treated someone was with respect. And I think that's how this person normally feels. They feel, I approach things the right way. I do things honestly. I have integrity. But there's something here about your friendship with this person or your relationship with them that makes them feel a little uneasy. It makes them feel almost like a little bit out of sorts, or like they've lost their way. And the more they think about this recent encounter with you, they're starting to feel like maybe they lost control over the approach to the conversation, and they might have let their anger get the best of them. They might have said something in particular that they know was like below the belt, something that they should not have said. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? I hope it goes well with that for you, Earth Angel. What else do we have? Fool and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So now I'm worried that you will walk away and find a new best friend, or I'm worried that you won't want to give me another chance. You won't want to invest further in the connection that we were building, platonic or romantic. They feel like maybe you're okay with just not talking to them again. And they were pretty confident when you had this disagreement that things were going to be reparable, that you were going to be able to reconcile. But now they feel like maybe you've decided it's not worth it. Maybe you're just going to stay no contact with them. I'm glad to hear it, Carrie. Hello, Liv. How are you doing? Oh, I hope you get some sense of calm. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, Princess of Pentacles. So hold on, let me get my little note here. We have the Knave of Autumn in the reverse, and now we have the Princess. I forgot. Princess of Autumn is about enjoyment, positivity, and natural beauty. So in other words, I'm worried you're not going to invest in our friendship or in our connection any further, because if I mistreated you, or if I really went too far in, blaming you for our argument, or calling you a name, or telling you I wish I'd never met you anyways, then maybe you were okay with just cutting off the friendship altogether. Maybe I did go too far. Hello, Kathleen. How are you doing? Hey, we don't talk about politics here, okay, Prabhash? So I'm going to need you to take a little bit of a breather. And if you want to converse in the live chat with things that do not touch on politics, you're welcome to be back, as long as you're respectful. But if you return with that same energy, I'm going to block you from the channel, okay? Four of Summer or the Four of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Autumn or Ace of Pentacles. We could have someone who really felt like you were codependent. They might have assumed you would not want to be single, or you would not want to be without their friendship. They may have felt like you were too invested in what you were building with them to so quickly walk away. But with time passing and still not hearing from you, they're looking at this as, maybe I misjudged you. Maybe I assumed you would want to come knocking on my door or call me up, when the reality is you're okay with being on your own, or you're okay with, going fishing by yourself. You're okay with not having a relationship. It could be that they were projecting onto you some expectations. Five of Winter, which is the Five of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Because there's something here that has made them realize that you might actually be just fine moving on without them. Six of Swords is about things getting easier, moving into calmer waters, and we already had this Six of Swords. So it really feels to me like they expected you to want them back in your life in order for things to be better. But now they're seeing that you are working on things on your own, or that you don't need their friendship or their relationship. Let's see. We're going to go with the Golden Art Nouveau. Dang, Carrie. We got some interesting comments today, don't we? Thank you for your help. Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you may be walking away from an entire social community. You may be looking at this as, if that's how you want to treat people that you're around, then I think I'm better off on my own. But this Five of Pentacles is how the person who's argued with you feels. There were times that you really helped this person get through feeling rejected or feeling, down on themselves, and they failed to give you that support back. They were overly critical or quick to judge, and now they're realizing when they wait for you to come back around that maybe you're okay with just letting that go completely. Hey Dennis, would you like to apologize for what you commented? Because I think we could still be friends, but the way you started out was pretty disrespectful. So feel free to apologize for that and we can move on. Hello, Larito, how are you doing? We have Temperance, which is the Earth Angel, and the Five of Cups. They're regretting treating you the way that they did, wishing that they had been more respectful. Interesting timing. Because even when you are upset, even when you feel like the world is against you, you can still maintain a certain self-respect and respect for others. Even when people want to say things that are cruel or they want to, get people to question your reputation, you can avoid getting into that low vibration and have those boundaries for yourself and for others. This person feels like they lost control over that and they wish that they had behaved a bit more mature around you. Page of Cups in the reverse. Magician. So they felt like you would be missing them, or you would be, kind of begging for things to get back on track. But instead, you are putting your energy into professional pursuits, or maybe you're writing, maybe you're making some art, maybe you're working on your fitness. But you're not chasing down this person who is disrespectful. Hello, Pink Planet. That is something that I'm capable of doing. Feel free to put your question in a super chat and I will add it to the list. I do the general reading for the first about 35 minutes and then I start on personal questions. Where? Hello, High Gravity. Let's be respectful, shall we? Hello, Sarah Ann. How are you doing? Hello, Lachlan. How are you doing? So we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. They feel like they don't have anyone that they can talk to the way that they spoke with you. And they're regretful. It's one thing in particular they wish they hadn't said. It's making me think of Anne of Green Gables when, who was the guy who had a crush on her? Oh, it's like right there. He makes fun of her red hair, and that's like the thing that she's most insecure about. I think red hair is beautiful, but that was like her like button, right? Like don't press that button. And the guy, Gilbert, I think his name was Gilbert. He comments on her red hair, and it's like you're you're dead to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to like be around you, and I'll never forgive you. And she doesn't forgive him for a very long time, right? So we have someone who wishes that they had been quiet or thought more about what they said before they said something in anger to you. Maybe if I had taken some time to think about it and not been so quick to respond to you, maybe they feel bad about yelling, you know? They might have raised their voice. If I had been more considerate, then I wouldn't be in this situation where I'm wondering if I can make things right. So they're regretting how they handled it. They're wishing that they had been more patient. Hello, Lilith. How are you doing? Hello, Sammy. What's up? Lakvan, this is the general reading, and it will continue to be the general reading until about 35 minutes in, which is a little bit less than 20 minutes from now. But it is a general reading, so it could be resonating for you if that's something that's going on. Oh, I would hope not. Hello, ELO. How are you doing? So this is the Native American Tarot. Ooh, I maybe shouldn't have grabbed for this too soon. Okay, so that would be like the Knight of Cups in the reverse. And we have the Nine of Wands. Ooh, yeah. So we have somebody who's feeling withdrawn and frustrated because they feel like they were too quick to assume something. Maybe you said something that they took more harshly than it was intended, or maybe they've made an assumption about whether or not you wanted to continue the friendship or continue the relationship, made an assumption about where you were coming from or who you were influenced by, but they feel like they overreacted. Hello, Delinia. How are you doing today? Ten of Ruin, which would be their axes, so that's going to be swords, right? Pretty similar to the first card that we had out. I wish that I had been a bit more patient. I wish that I had thought through what I was saying, but I was too quick on the draw towards somebody that was actually like they cared about me. They see you as this Queen of Cups, somebody who really does care about them and someone who wished them well, someone who wanted to make them happy or see them be happy. And they met that energy from you with something that was a bit too heated, a bit too combative. So we have the stars. Isn't that beautiful? And the Corn Maiden, which would be the High Priestess. So they're doing some reflection. They're gaining some wisdom from this situation, appreciating the importance of pausing before you speak and really leveraging your discernment to make sure that you understand somebody's intentions instead of making assumptions about that, right? Hello, Noise. How are you doing? Hello, Egyptian Love. What's up? Hey, Want Money. You've asked that multiple times. I'm just going right in for the block now. We've talked about this, and you continue to ask about my relationship status, and that's not what I offer to YouTube. I do readings for other people. So I'm sorry, but this is where it ends. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Hello, Ratnasa. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I hope I am. If you would like me to pull some cards on that, you can put your question in a super chat, and I will do that after the general reading. Morning. The Three of Swords. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I had been more thoughtful about our conversation or what I said to you, or I wish that I hadn't been so angry. And the Sand Painter. This looks like the Eight of Pentacles to me. Because you were working on yourself. They were working on themselves. They feel like they ruined it. And they also feel like you're focused on other things at this time. That you have let this go and you're not interested in judging up the past. They thought they would hear from you. They thought you'd be knocking on their door. Are you okay, Michael? Hey, Ratnasa, please do not repeat your messages. Hello, Jada. I hope you're having a good day. This is the Path of Shadows. We have the Ghost card and the Labyrinth, which I can't help it, you guys. I had a high school teacher who said labyrinth. I don't know if he ever would have guessed that I would always hear it that way because he said it that way. But the Ghost card says, in the realm of shadows where memories are host, the echoes of what is gone still haunts me the most. I feel like we have this Four of Pentacles energy, the person who's missing you. They're realizing that they might have attributed some of the energy from past connections to you. They may have needed to heal from something in their past, a previous relationship, or maybe even someone in their family that had disappointed or frustrated them, that maybe they let those emotions take over in their conversation with you and they overreacted. If I had been addressing those things from my past in a timely manner, maybe I wouldn't have taken them out on you, right? Hello, Nawaji. How are you doing? Hello, Joshua. What's up? Hello, Big Reds. I'm doing well. How are you doing today? Hello, Coco. Oh, I hope you're having a good day. Hello, MDZ. What's up? Hello, Paula. How's your weekend? Hello, The Alchemist. How's your weekend? You're welcome. So the Labyrinth says, among the confusion of the twisting turns and the endless chase, will I find myself in the heart of the maze. They feel like they got caught up in some sort of wave of emotions, and they let that carry their conversation in a direction that they shouldn't have. They were angry and responding to you in a way that they would have responded to someone from their past, and they let that basically escalate the conversation beyond what it should have been. So they're reflecting on how they can avoid that going forward. Interesting, we already got the Ghost and now we have the Ghoul, which is essentially the same thing, right? In the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. So because I'm still a little bit upset over something that had happened in the past, maybe it was 2 years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, that lack of healing made me a little bit too quick to get into that angry energy and respond to you in a way that I shouldn't have. So we have grace, mystery, and psychic abilities with the black cat. They're trying to tap back into their intuition. They want to figure out how you feel, but they feel that you have created a lot of distance between the two of you. Hello, Vashush, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Vasus? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, that's kind, and I hope work goes well for you. It's like that sometimes, Shirley. Maybe you've already given too many chances to this person. Hello, Shruti, how are you doing? Gorgon, the monster they feared, now I've become, still seeking for revenge for my cold heart of stone. You showed them kindness. I'm not saying you're perfect, but I think they are realizing now that they put some energy onto you because they had not addressed a problem from the past. I got angrier with you than I should have because when you said, you know, I hate your laugh, or when you said, no, I don't think you would have said something like that. They like exacerbated or made something seem worse in their mind because they're still mad about something else that happened in the past and they feel bad. It's like, I wish that I had been a little bit more thoughtful in my response to you because it's like I got triggered thinking about an argument from my past. Grimoire, wisdom, experience, and hidden knowledge. So that experience from my past that I had not yet recovered from, that I was reminded of when we fought, it resulted in my inability to manage my emotions and I got angrier than I should have. So apparently I really do need to work on that. I really do need to address what that was from my past. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Martin. How we doing today? Hello, Manpreet. Manpreet, if you have a question, you can put your question in the super chat and I will add you to the list for personal questions. Otherwise, enjoy the general reading. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. What else do we have, please? So they've been taking some time to themselves, thinking about what was perhaps influencing them when they were engaged in this argument with you. Maybe they needed to walk away and they wish that they had because they would have been able to calm down. But they're missing the friendship that you offered or the stability in their life that came as a result of their connection to you. And worried that perhaps you have really just kind of accepted that this friendship is over. Worried that perhaps you are moving on and focusing on work or different connections, family obligations. You don't want to deal with somebody who is going to assume the worst when you have done what you can to be a good partner or a good friend to them. Ace of Wands in the reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah. It looks to me like you wish them well. You want them to be happy. You want them to be able to move forward and get what they are wishing for, but it's not going to be with you connected to them. Let's see. Oh, hello, Sandy. How are you doing today? Oh, thank you. That's so kind. I hope you're doing well. Oh, you're feeling off today. Let's see if it's an outside influence or not. And not too long to wait on those personal questions. I can start that in about 5 minutes. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Sarah Ann, and I'm sending you a hug if you had to deal with something like that. Hello, downtown Dustin Brown. That's so fun to say. All right, let's get a few from the situations deck. What else do we have regarding this person who feels a bit guilty? Divine Masculine. Threatened. Magnetic and can't resist. Unexplainable pull. So they feel embarrassed. They wish that they had reacted to you in a more mature way. They feel like maybe they let the anger from a previous experience boil up when they could have chosen to be more in control of their relationship or their reaction to you. But they also worry that because you are so in tune with your own energy that you will move forward and make friends elsewhere or fall in love with someone new. Thank you, Christine. I hope you're having a good day. General read, I got you. Hello, Veronica. How's your weekend going? Hey, Earth Angel, I'm going to delete that comment. Oh, someone else? You deleted it. Earth Angel, if you're going to do that in my live chat, I will delete it. You deleted it first, so thank you for that. But yeah, we got to be careful with that, okay? Hello, Static. How are you doing? Have you eaten any good eats lately? I'm glad to hear that, Christine. So we have today, present, now, in the moment, and surviving, daily hustle, hamster wheel, anxiety, and scared panic. So they might be focusing on their finances or their work, but today is a little bit difficult because they keep thinking back on the situation or the breakup with you, worried perhaps that you're going to move on more easily than they will. They feel like they accused you of being toxic when they were demonstrating that toxic energy themselves. They feel like they have lost access to you, and they feel like if they want to be in your life, they might have to create a fake profile. They might have to catfish in order to still be somewhat connected to you. So if you feel like that energy that you associate with this ex or with this former friend of yours is still kind of in the atmosphere, it could be because they have found a different way to gain access to your information or your social media. Hello, Albert. It's only a matter of time, Static. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? Hello, Vinaya. How are you doing? I hope I said that right. All right, a few from the Kipper, and then we'll dive into those personal questions, okay? Concern. I wish that I had been kinder to you. They might be writing a letter to you or thinking of what they would say if they were to be able to get a hold of you. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to need you to be communicating in English, please. Otherwise, I cannot moderate. So we have poverty and child. This is someone who is trying to address the thing that maybe caused them to overreact. The person they need to forgive from their past. And acknowledging that you weren't really, I'm not going to say you weren't the problem at all, okay? You might have done something that really got under their skin. But what they said to you, it wasn't justified. They're putting the blame where the blame should be. They're assigning it differently than they had when they were talking to you. And I think they really do want to see you be happy, but they're lamenting the fact that they probably won't be involved. Bad health and thoughts. But this situation has helped them to realize that maybe it would be a good idea to pursue some sort of therapy or address a situation like a previous relationship, or maybe even somebody in their family that had really upset them, that they need to work through that. Otherwise, it may come up and cause problems with them in friendships or other connections going forward, right? Hey, Earth Angel, no one's laughing at you, okay? I just want you to be in a better situation. But you said something a little bit antagonistic earlier, and that's what I was going to remove. Nobody's laughing at you. Hello, Aveda. How are you doing? Ooh, how did that go, Aveda? Ooh, I know. Sandy, I'll use the Yoshitaka Amano Tarot for you. We're going to switch over to those personal questions. We've got Sandy up first, and then Christine. So with the strange energy around Sandy, is this an outside influence? Yes. So we have 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is in the reverse. So is this an ex? There's someone here from your past that you would consider an ex. It could be like an ex situationship, but this is somebody that you would have been interacting with in a romantic way. This is somebody who wants you to communicate with them, but they feel like something went wrong between the two of you and you probably won't interact with them. Is this person trying to manifest communication? This person's trying to get you to reach out to them. So what kind of... We have Justice and the Queen of Swords. This person could have Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra heavily in their chart. Or you would consider them to be a very intelligent person. They may even work in, like with the law, because of the Justice card. But more importantly, this is somebody who you would consider to be intelligent, and they made a decision that ended the connection. You weren't on board with the decision that they made, or you didn't agree with how they approached it. Could even be this person broke up with you, but they're trying to get you to communicate with them. They want you to reach out. And I feel like you're not interested, or I feel like you've accepted that this is not the right path for you. With that Judgment card, it looks to me like you feel like you gave what you could to that, and it didn't seem right. Hello, Fridge. How are you doing? Well, that sounds like some not so great karma for them. So is this energy going to be around Sandy for much longer? A bit longer, yes. We have the Hermit. This person's feeling lonely. They feel like you're the only one that would make them feel better. This is somebody who views you as the one that got away or their soulmate. But they feel like you might look at them as someone who's been dishonest. Does Sandy need to do anything to block this energy? Yes, there's something that you can say with the Page of Swords to block this energy. It could be as simple as I release and their name. Eight of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who might be doing magic repetitively. Is this who Sandy would assume it is? Yes. Three of Pentacles. So whoever is in your mind that you think is the most likely candidate for this, this is someone who may even be paying somebody to do magic on you, or paying someone for readings on you, but they're not letting go and you feel that tug on your energy. I would say this borders on obsession, and it looks to me like you're not interested, which is why they keep doing whatever they're doing. So I see you saying something, and I do feel like you need to say it 3 times in a row. I see you saying something to block this energy, releasing their energy. And this renders whatever they've been doing, even if they've been paying someone else to do it for them, it renders it ineffective, and that clears out the energy for you. Hello, Kartik. How are you doing? This is somebody who has acted selfishly with you in the past, but I see you ridding that energy, like you're able to clear it out. But something along the lines of, I release you, and saying it 3 times. All right. I hope that helps, Sandy. And thank you again. Let's see what we've got for Christine. This is the Bianco Nero. Hello, Kim. We are on to the personal questions, but feel free to rewind and start from the beginning for the general reading. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate you too. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hello, True Urban. What's up? What do we have for Christine, please? Tower in the reverse. Chariot in the reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like there is somebody in your energy, Christine, who feels like there is a failure. This is a person who feels stuck, but they feel stuck because they're refusing to change their energy or change their approach. So this could be a person who is frustrated because you have blocked them, or frustrated because you are not reaching out to them. This is someone who would like to make amends, but feels like you are still irritated. Why the Six of Swords? Six of Pentacles. So this is someone who wants your forgiveness, wants you to basically tell them that everything is fine, and wants a second chance with you. Could be platonic, it could be romantic, but they feel like you've just kind of decided it's over, it's done, you don't really want to deal with them anymore. But they view you as the person that was most supportive, or like you were there for me, you cared about me when no one else did. But this person knows that they owe you a truth. They lied to you about something. That's why they want to make amends. I know I should have been honest with you. I feel like this is somebody who worried that you would judge them if they were honest with you. What do they want to apologize for, please? They lied to you. They want to be honest with you. I feel like you knew something and they denied it. So I think you called them out, or you said, hey, is this really what happened? And they were like, yeah, of course it is. About whether or not this person had worked on what was a problem. Like you gave advice or you asked this person to work on something and they were like, oh, I got it. It's fine. It's not a problem anymore. They didn't want to be honest with you about the fact that it was still a problem for them. They were afraid you would judge them for being stagnant or not working on it. Thank you, Aveda. Let me add that for you. After hanging out with Sade, will we get back? All right. Anything else to help Christine identify who this is? Someone who betrayed you. Is this saying it's more than one person? It's two different people who would align with this energy. I feel like it's one man and one woman. But each of them have lied to you, and each of them gave in to some sort of temptation. Could be addictive behavior or, you know, a need for external validation, giving into temptation physically perhaps. But there's one man and one woman. They both align with this energy, wanting to apologize, wanting to get your forgiveness, feeling like they gave in to immature behavior when they should have been better to you. And I feel like you look at both these individuals and think, no, I'm good. Thank you, though. Might be worth it to forgive them, but I don't see you accepting either of these individuals back into your life. So if you feel some negative energy coming towards you or some like kind of pleading energy, this is what it's about. You might want to send some forgiveness energy towards these two. But I'm with you on, I don't think you need to accept this back into your life, right? Back into the social circle. Hello, Amaze. How are you doing? I'm sending you healing energy, Christine. These are personal questions to Urban. Nope, Aveda, you are up next. Let's see. We're going to go with the Shadowscapes Tarot for Aveda. That's fair. All right. After hanging out with Sade, will Sade and Aveda be getting back together? After hanging out together, will Sade and Aveda get back together? There is a high likelihood. We have the Star and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a confession that seems to be the key to your getting back together. So if it's an apology, or if it's a, you know, you were right, I just never admitted it, or here's how I really felt, but there's a confession that is what enables the reunion or the reconciliation. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Maybe I'm sorry I was selfish, or, you know, I'm sorry I have this habit of like self-sabotaging what I want, or walking away from what I want, or not being fully honest about what I want, because there's somebody here who felt rejected or like you didn't really care. Knight of Wands and the Empress. But I see somebody, and it could be you, who's working on that emotional energy. Like, I don't want to ignore my emotions anymore. I want to embrace them and be honest and talk about them. Oh, do you, Noise? That's awesome. They're beautiful cards. Will it happen soon? The timing of it depends on emotional healing. So we have the World. There's something here that needs to end as far as a previous way of approaching romance, or a previous way of approaching emotional connection, right? So I feel like there's somebody here who keeps things to themselves, or it's like difficult to actually say the words. Have you ever been in a situation where you really wanted to say I love you, but you were like, and it just, you couldn't actually say the words? Or maybe it was even, you know, you wanted to break up with someone, but it was hard to say what you were feeling. This is about communication of feelings. If you feel like you are at a point where you have made progress on that, then you are opening the doors to that reconciliation. And it could be on both sides, right? You and Sade. But I see there being an elevation or like a new chapter, because somebody is finally saying, you know what? This is how I feel. I'm just going to say it. If you don't like it, then we'll go from there. But like, I got to actually say it. So when that block is removed and the confessions and the emotions are being discussed, right? That's when you can move forward, when things are able to be rebuilt. There you go. Hello, Jocelyn. How are you doing? Yeah, I think it's good to not make money the reason to be with someone. Yes. It's not about a certain time showing up. It's about that emotional release and being able to talk about those emotions. Then it'll work, right? Then you get back together. This is saying it's very likely you will be, but it is dependent upon that emotional confession. So you could still potentially like drop the ball, right? If that emotional confession doesn't happen, or that progress regarding communication of emotions. Hello, too. How are you doing? We are on the personal questions towards the end, I'm afraid. But I'm going to do a freebie for Amaze Fun. I'm sorry you dealt with that. Let's see what is going on with regards to the person that left Amaze Fun and married the other person. What does Amaze Fun need to know about that situation, please? Hey, Dupont, please do not repeat your comments. I appreciate that you have religious beliefs, but this is not a place for religious recruitment. Okay? Oh, you're so welcome, Aveda. What do we have for Amaze Fun, please, regarding the person who left and got married? We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, the Six of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. There's been some arguing in the new relationship, someone feels a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know, it's like someone's too clingy. Like you want so much and I just want to like have a little bit of time to myself. So we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and it's coming through as like intermittent anxiety. Like, I feel like this was the right decision, but then you go and you get a little bit crazy on me, or you do something that makes me feel like I'm not allowed to live my own life, or I'm not allowed to like have friends. So it's like I'm eager for alone time. It's not so much that this relationship is on the outs or over, but there are cracks because I feel like you never let me have a little bit of time to myself. Hello, Raul. This is a tarot card reading, so yes, I suppose that would be applicable. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? You're right, Edwin. And I hope you're enjoying your weekend. What else for Amaze Fun, please? I see an argument in the near future happening between these two who were married. And someone who feels like maybe if you can't handle what I need to be sane, maybe I need to get a little bit of distance from you. It's like I want to take a vacation without you because I don't want somebody who's trying to control me. So there's definitely some issues in this new relationship because one person wants to be more independent than their partner. And what about for Amaze Fun, please? Wheel of Fortune. There's something really positive coming into your life. Seven of Cups. You don't see it coming. You don't expect it. Strength and the reverse. Do what you can to work on the healing that you need to move on from this situation, because I do feel like there is some new offer coming towards you and you want to be able to pursue that with the toxicity being removed, right? So what I see is journaling. I don't know if you already have a journal and you write in it, or maybe you write poetry, maybe you prefer to read, but I see you processing these emotions and letting go and forgiving so that when you have an opportunity in love, you're able to enjoy that. So mostly what I see is you writing. It could be that you're learning from somebody else's writing, but I feel like when you release those emotions, it enables you to let go of the toxic energy from this past experience and be more open to trusting and loving somebody new. Don't let the people from your past who didn't know how to love you in the right way prevent you from being able to connect to somebody who does want to treat you right. Because I do feel like there's somebody new coming towards you, but I don't want you to miss the opportunity because you're looking backwards, right? Hello, Amir. I don't really care about sports ball. Apologies. Hello, Topeka. How are you doing? You're so welcome, Amaze Fun. I'm sending you healing energy and a big old hug. Assuming you like hugs. Some people don't like hugs. All right, I'm going to do one more freebie. Robin is asking, does the guy I like me also? He's older. Does the guy that Robin likes also like Robin? Not at this time. We've got the Six of Pentacles and the reverse. There's something pretty heavy this person has been going through, and they're becoming enlightened. So this is like a spiritual awakening. I feel like this means they're kind of like focused on themselves, but there's an opportunity in the future. So is this just saying, like, wait for it? This is saying this person that you're into, they're like not about it right now. They're a little bit grumpy. So the timing is off. They need to let go of this anxiety or work through this issue. It could be like a family obligation or a loss of somebody that was important to them. But right now it's like, I'm not accepting applications. I'm not interested in anybody. But with the Two of Pentacles, there's an opportunity for you to build rapport with this person after this period of like, I don't like people passes. So, patience. Hello, Pipeline. How are you doing? You're welcome, Robin. Hello, Luz. How are you doing? Hello, Kritka. You're welcome. Lewis is asking, I wonder if my ex has someone new. Does Lewis's ex have someone new? Yes. Brand new. But we have the Ten of Cups. And Death. There's something different about this connection versus previous. But I also feel like this is someone who doesn't like to be alone. There's a lot of physical chemistry here. Or the physical intimacy is, you know, a big part of it. But I don't see it lasting. Eight of Cups. So like a fleeting love affair, basically. You're welcome. Hello, Yahira. How are you doing? Hello, Rama. All right, y'all. I'm getting hungry, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And if you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. And I will see you in